Welcome back to Case Break Analysis. I'm JT with another Case Break simulation. Big day today, 2022 Panini Prizm Football's release comes out tomorrow actually, but it is a big day today because I'm going to review it for you and I'm going to tell you what you can and can't, should and shouldn't buy and what to do in a team break. Also, you get to make a smart decision about whether or not you want to buy a used car or Panini Prizm football cases. This is an expensive product, but we'll get into all that. So here we go. What is this? Obviously, well, first disclaimer, I'm not responsible for the purchases you make, but I'm going to give you this advice, and that's it. So spend your money smartly. Don't make bad decisions. Make good decisions. This is the flagship product from Panini. At least that's what I think it is. There's nothing called Panini Series 1, at least as far as I know. So this is the flagship product. Prizm is the standard for football and basketball cards. It is, even though the rated rookie on Donruss tends to have a lot of appeal, you know, the optic Donruss rated rookie, I think that the rookie cards in Prizm probably hold more value. And they come on a chrome, the chrome style card, the Prizm style card, which makes them more appealing. It's a deep checklist, 400. Well, I put with 400 rookies. Oh, yeah, with 400 rookies, veterans, retired, and Hall of Famers. So it's a 400 item checklist here. It's very deep, a lot of players. Color parallels are the point here. You want to collect the rainbow, and they make the rainbow much, much, much more difficult than Topps does. So that is a big benefit for set collectors. Serial numbered and non-serial numbered colors come. So there are cases where you might not know what the print run is, but I've tried to figure it out. Inserts and short prints are iconic. I think that Panini has done an exceptional job at figuring out what collectors want to chase, and then they make them extraordinarily short printed and make people chase them. That includes the color splash and some of these comic book style art cards, which is interesting because of all the art cards that Topps releases on a regular basis. These SPs are super highly sought after, and what makes Panini Prizm even more insane is that it's available in retail, almost super accessible. I don't even know the words to say here, but the accessibility of Panini Prizm is probably greater than almost every other product, other than maybe Topps Series 1. The cardstock obviously is thick. It's got the chrome. It makes them really gradable. It looks great in slabs, and some of these cards become pretty iconic as far as what the rookie cards are, along with their rated rookie counterparts in Optic and Donruss. We do need to have a discussion with Panini about the price because holy cannoli, the price is insane. It's we'll get to that. So you get 12 packs, 12 cards per pack, 12 packs per box, 12 boxes per case, 12, 12, and 12, 12 cubed is what you get in this product. And then you will get in each box, you're going to get 2 autographs and 10 numbered Prizms per box, by the way, not case, box. So you're going to get 120 numbered Prizms actually. You get 3 base Prizms and 1 rookie Prizm per box, 7 inserts or parallels per box. So looking at how they collate, I watched a couple breaks from last year. The insert will actually take the place of one of the parallels, and I believe there are parallels that take the place of a base card. So it's kind of weird to collate this product. It was weird and kind of hard to do the simulation, but I still did it. So we'll go through that. You get 24 rookies per box. So here's what the cards look like. This is obviously a parallel. Typically, it's going to have like a chrome silver colored edge. It's got the rookie card logo, and these are going to be all of your different parallels. Here they are, and here are the numbers. There's actually about 5 or 6 more that are not listed here that are not numbered. So these are just the numbered ones. Hyper Prizms, Waves, Ice, Scope, all kinds of stuff. Power Prizms, tons and tons and tons of stuff. There's also some exclusive Prizms in the No Huddle style set. I am not going to review the No Huddle. The No Huddle is a smaller box that you can buy that I believe contains mostly parallels, I think, and only 1 autograph per box. I didn't even really pay any attention to it because I'm going to do hobby exclusively with this And then here's some more parallel color magic here. uh, and then you have autographs. So autographs are going to be as often as possible on card. I'm not sure that I've seen too many stickers with this, but there are definitely probably going to be some. So keep that in mind. But if you get an on card, that's going to be routine. That they're going to have parallels in those autos as well with the colors. So chase those. Now to get to the short prints, which is probably the strength of this product. Color Blast, stained glass, the manga, comic book or anime style cards, and profiles, which is new, and instant impact. So here's your Color Blast with Joe Burrow. That looks amazing. I love this card. I wish I could get my hands on some Color Blast cards, but alas, I cannot. They look good in every sport. Here's the manga version. They have a horizontal and vertical version of this. So here's your vertical version, and they're going to have a horizontal. I'm not exactly sure what that looks like. I could not find a lot of samples online of what these, they don't release a lot. So tomorrow we'll find out. And then here's the new one called Profile, which kind of contains this. And I think on the back there's some information. So Panini answering the call to have information on their insert cards. The flashbacks are just flashbacks to 2012, which is 2012 was the first year of Prizm. So this is the 10-year anniversary. So they're kind of pulling like a Topps archive style situation here, or the anniversary, platinum anniversary thing that Topps has been doing, where they're releasing old cards with new players in a chrome version. That's kind of what this is, but it's always been chrome. And then there's other inserts here. I really like this hype one. I think that's cool. I don't know why it has, man, they must have really thought that there was going to be a trade with him and why am I blanking on his name? The Ravens quarterback. Oh gosh. Well, it just totally slipped my mind. But as a Bears fan, Justin Fields is going nowhere. Lamar Jackson. That's who I'm talking about. That's kind of stupid. This is their press. This is a press photo, by the way. Come on, Panini, get it together. $9,000 is how much you're going to pay for this case. $9,000 is how much they're charging for a case. That is the price of a nice used car that you can get and drive around, or you can buy a case of this. I know that these prices are set specifically for breakers. You're getting a decent amount of cards, but I cannot imagine that you will get $9,000 worth of value out of every single case. There are gonna be duds because the checklist is so deep and there's so many autographs that it's just that just can't be the case. But if we were to distribute all the dollars in that case price, $9,000 across the teams by the different types of cards that they have, let's start with autographs. So what you are all probably used to looking at, and I say this every video, is this unique cards. You're looking at checklist websites that tell you how many autographs are in a set. So 118 for the Commanders. There's actually, if you use the print runs, and I did try to calculate a lot of the print runs for the non-numbered cards, you should have somewhere around 5,709 different autograph cards, not different, just total autograph cards for the Commanders. And that winds up being by far, by over 1,000 cards, the most autographs in the set. Now that does show that they have the most unique cards. But when you go down this list, you'll notice, okay, the Patriots have 100 unique autograph cards, but they don't even come in until 5th in the line for total cards. So if you're basing your purchase off this and you're thinking, well, I'm going to get the third richest checklist of autographs, that's not true. You're actually getting the 5th. And that's why we go off the print run. As long as the print run can be estimated, which I'm doing for you, use this information, screenshot this information, and use it in your purchases. Now, what I've done is I've gone even further, and I've said for a $9,000 case, if we were to distribute those dollars equally per autograph, so based on there's probably tens of thousands of autographs in this product, so a few cents per autograph until it adds up to 9,000. Maybe 70 cents or so. And we just equally treat all the autographs the same. What price should you pay for that team? So hopefully that's understandable. So with 5,709 autographs, distributing $9,000 across all these teams, equally by how many autographs they have, you could pay up to $550 $56 just for the Commanders, which to me is absolutely insane. I would never do that. But I don't know what the going rate for these are. I don't know if breakers are going to break them down by half case or if they're going to sell them at these prices. But this is a little high. I don't know that a lot of people are buying team breaks for $556. But I will say that if you're offered a random team break, and I'll get into this at the end, I would avoid it like the plague. Team breaks only, you should pay for products as big as this one. You should pay the price that is reasonable per team. So that means paying a little more for the teams with more cards and a higher checklist value. And that means paying less for the teams that have less value. Don't get duped into the random team breaks, because what you're going to wind up doing is paying $100 for a team that should be worth $40. That is, you could also hit the big teams, and that's true. But that's called gambling, and that is not a smart approach to doing breaks. That's why I'm here to tell you which teams to buy, so you're not gambling, because gambling will never be profitable. And there's a reason for that. Now, we want to know who has the least amount of autographs. Well, it's the Bengals. So this is what I'm talking about. The Bengals have the lowest. So let's say you're in a random team break, prices, even if it was $100, which it would probably obviously be more than that, because that wouldn't even make a third of the case price back. We're talking probably $300 per team to make exactly $9,000 back. Well, what if you get the Bengals then? Now you've just paid $300 for a team that you will almost certainly, just based on the statistical odds, you will almost certainly not get a Bengals card, at least in the autograph department. You could get that cool Joe Burrow SP, but again, that line of thinking, that's very gambling style of thinking. You won't. You approach it as if you won't, and then if you do, that's called luck. But if you don't, that's smart. You knew ahead of time you weren't going to get that. So these are the teams with the most. These are the teams with the least. Take your screenshots and figure out which teams you want to buy in these breaks so that you don't spend your money unwisely. I'll go to the next page so you can kind of see teams 11 through 20. There they are, 11 through 20 by autograph, and team 21 through 30. There you go. And then there's just going to be those last couple with them. Now we're going to do it by the number of total non-auto insert cards. So there's tons of insert cards in here. This one was a little more difficult to figure out the print run, but if you're looking for insert cards, here you go. There's the order that you need to make your purchases in. So in this case, you buy the Bengals, you might actually wind up getting a lot of insert cards and no autograph cards. And if that's okay with you, then that's great. But the team with the most insert cards is the Jets. So if you're chasing those insert cards, do that. Go for the Jets. Now we're going to do the same thing for parallel cards. Because parallel cards are so sought after in this product, that is an important thing to look at. So non-autograph parallels, and that does not include the auto color cards. The Chiefs, the Vikings, the 49ers have the most non-auto parallel cards. So there you go. Who has the least? The Panthers, Raiders, Lions, Jags. There you go. And it's really not that big of a disparity between the bottom and the top. So if you're chasing parallels, really any team would be fine here. Just make sure you're not overpaying. And this column you might think, I'm not going to pay $350 for a team just based on parallels. But honestly, if you break out the price and that's what you're collecting, that's not a terrible idea. Now there are memorabilia cards in this product, and they're not stated in the pack odds. They're not given like how many hobby boxes do you have to open. And this number here is a guess of mine that there is a certain print run of these. So I have no idea. There's 5. I said the print run was 1,000 just because when I calculated, I think what I've done is I've figured out how many cases of Prizm they will sell. And I think it'll be under 8,000, but over 7,000, somewhere in there. And based on that, when I calculate all the number of cards that should exist, there was about 1,000 left over per memorabilia card. So that's what I calculated there. I would not buy into a break based on this because I ran a few simulations and it's actually really difficult to get a memorabilia card. So There you go. And if there are any in my simulation, that's pure luck randomness. I don't know what's in there. So that is the distribution of dollar by the quantity of cards. But what about the checklist strength? This is something that I've developed. This is unique to my channel. I have developed a method for determining how popular players are, and then I score them on a scale of 1 to 5, and then I aggregate all those by team. And I'm going to tell you what is an appropriate price per team that should, and I cannot guarantee based on these insane prices, I cannot guarantee that there will be an ROI. But like, let's say this case was $2,000. I can guarantee you there's going to be an ROI. But at $9,000, we're really talking about a lot of these cases might actually be duds. And not duds in a way that you're not going to get autographs and short prints and stuff. But there are short prints of players who aren't popular. There are autographs of players who aren't selling right now. And that's just the fact. That's why this is sometimes gambling. But overall, this product gets a 3.5. 34% of the autograph checklist falls between a 4 and a 5. And if you've watched my previous few videos, like, they've been high. They've been over 50%. When I post gold label baseball later this week, you'll see that it's super high. I mean, it's like 70%. But because this is a flagship and the checklist is about 400 players, that's typical. 30 to 40% of the checklist being of good ROI quality, and that's what I'm saying. A 4 and a 5 means if you try to sell those cards, you probably will have a profitable return on investment. Whereas if they're at a 2 or a 1, you will have a negative return on investment. And so while the 34 is kind of low, it's pretty standard is what I'm saying there. And what is the highlight of this? It's definitely the short prints, and we'll get into that. But, well, actually, I already showed them, so maybe we won't get into it. So 3.5 out of 5 for the checklist as a whole. I think there's a lot of good players here. I think Prizm's very collectible, but I don't know that there's a huge market for, let's say, players who are retired, maybe even Hall of Famers, but are niche to a team. So Mike Singletary, for example. I might buy a bunch of Mike Singletary cards, but I don't know that I'm willing to pay more than a couple bucks for the base, maybe $2 for the base, maybe $10 for certain parallels as my highest price. And then, there's going to be some really low print run stuff. That's an example of why this product might kind of be a little overwhelming. You're going to get a lot of good stuff. You might get a lot of low serial number cards, but really, by and large, you will see just kind of like average 3.5. Sorry, I lost my train of thought. What I'm trying to say is there's strengths here, but there's also weaknesses. So let's get into product value. What this is online interest in players aggregated by team. And what I'm showing you here is that the Commanders, not only do they have many cards, many print run, but they also have the most interest. So when we look on online searches for sports cards and memorabilia, we see that the players in this checklist, they have high value, which I think translates into being able to sell quickly and being able to sell at a profit. So on that 1 through 5 scale, the Commanders have the most players that lean towards 4s and 5s. The Titans come in next, the Falcons, the Steelers. I'm calling these the highest valued, the strongest teams in the checklist. And these are the weakest teams in the checklist. Yes, you have Joe Burrow. You have a couple other Bengals that are really, Jamar Chase. You have some really good ones. But overall, their checklist is super weak. The amount of searches that are being done online for sports cards of players in this checklist, I'm not saying by team in this checklist, they're low. They're lower than all the other teams. And so that's why you want to go with these. A lot of it has to do with the veterans. A lot of it has to do with the Hall of Famers. A lot of it has to do with the rookies. It's not always about the current player. And then so we do the same thing for parallel. And what I'm saying with this number here, this is like what you should pay and possibly expect an ROI. But like I said, because of the high price of these cases, it's hard to say that's going to be your ROI. Now, if you base it on the strength of the parallel checklist, based on exploding the print run out to its true form, the Vikings, Bills, Cowboys, Packers. So see, the Bills are low on the autograph side, but they're high on the parallel side. And then here's the bottom of the barrel for the parallels. And then for the insert cards, which does include those short prints, I didn't separate them out for this in this case. The Jets, wow, I would not pay that price just for inserts, but that's just an even distribution of the $9,000. So that's why it's like that. Here's your strongest checklist for the inserts. Here's your weakest checklist for the inserts. And here's your strongest checklist for the memorabilia. And here is your weakest for the memorabilia. Some of these don't even have them, so there you go. This is a new thing that I didn't have in the last one. This is the interest in actual Panini Prizm over time by year. So this is just 10 years. So it did start in 2012, but I got the last 10 years. And what you see happen here is this is just everything starts at the beginning of its release year. So this is 2013 for the dark blue and 2014 for the light blue, and etc. And what you see is that product gets released somewhere around here. And then this is how it kind of tapers off. Panini Prizm actually doesn't die totally. It actually does sustain momentum through time. So what this is saying is that, yeah, there's a peak here when it's released. That's for all the years. You can see that it peaks for all the years. And what happens is it goes down a little bit, but it kind of levels off. It doesn't go to zero. And the reason for that is that people are interested in this product consistently over time. And so these numbers down here represent the number of months past. So this is like January of each of these years. And it's just, hopefully this chart's understandable. It's January for every year, and then it just goes forward in time based on the year of that. And I do 40 months ahead of time. So when does that product start to taper off and die? It really doesn't. It really doesn't. And some of these spikes here, like this spike here and this spike here, might be because in some of these years they released a Prizm product that just happened to fall, like that just happened to make the football Prizm search ping on a hit. I'm not sure. But really what you want to smooth it out and just say, okay, this doesn't die. Some of these products, they go straight to zero. It's crazy. Like Donruss Elite. And so this is kind of why it's a 3.5. Yeah, it's skewed. Like the majority of players fall into the 2. And there's a lot in the 3. And there's a couple in the 4 or 5. You know, your Peyton Mannings, your Tom Brady's, and Patrick Mahomes. But there's some 1s in there too. So that's why this is a 3.5. You can get something good. But by and large, the majority of the cards you get will be not profitable. Keep that in mind. They will be not profitable. This is a flagship product. That happens in flagship products. So card types and quantities. Let's just talk about what is the most rare card. There's no card in this set where only one exists. And that means that there's a print run of one and there's only one of them. In this case, the Flashback Auto Prizm Gold of some player has a print run of 2, and there's only one of those. So that means that there's 2 of them. I know that's kind of confusing, but for the 1 of 1s in this product, there are always more than one player represented by the 1 of 1s. Like this new Recruits Prizm Black Finite, there's 10 of these 1 of 1s, which makes them 10. If that's understandable. And the reason why I show you this is so you know what are the most rare cards in the set. These are the most rare cards in Panini Prizm 2022. If you're chasing 1 of 1s, here's the teams you should buy. The Titans, the Falcons, the Jets, the Patriots. If you are chasing 1 of 1s, here's the teams you should avoid. The Panthers, the Raiders, the Bengals. They still have 1 of 1s because every team has 1 of 1s. But these are the teams with the most 1 of 1s. So those are the teams you should look at. And I'll scroll a little slow so you can take some pictures. This column here is all the 1 of 1s. If that's what you're chasing, well, that's what you want. You want those teams right there. So there's that. Now, if we look at by print run, there are 1,824 1 of 1s in this product. That is an incredible amount of 1 of 1s. People are always asking, how can there be so many 1 of 1s? That doesn't make sense. It's only 1. There's only 1. There's not just 1. There's 1 of each. So every single parallel that goes into 1 of 1 has its own card for every player in the checklist. So if you have 3 1 of 1s, which I think you do, you have like a black Prizm and 2 other ones. That's all. You're already talking about 1,200 1 of 1s because there's a 400 person checklist. So that's where you get all those 1 of 1s from. And once again, I always say 1 of 1s might be rare for that individual card, but they are not rare. It is much easier to get a 1 of 1 than it is to get some of these other numbers. Like for example, this 1 of 2. There's only 4 of them. That means that there are 8 total in the entire set. you have a way better chance of getting a 1 of 1 than a 1 of 2. And you have a way better chance of getting a 1 of 3 than a 1 of 1. Or you have a better chance of getting 1 of 1 than a 1 of 3. I'm kind of talking too fast. So there you go. Even like the 1 of 50, there's not that many of them. So there you have that. That's the by print run. So now you know how many cards exist for 1 of 1s, 1 of 2s, etc. And now we can talk about the master checklist has this number of cards per team. And this is me calculating the print run based on how many cases I think they're going to print, based on how many serial numbered cards there are, and blah, blah, blah. I did this calculation, and here's what I came up with. There are 765 unique cards for the Titans, and if you take into account the print run, the Titans fall to 5th for 419,000 cards. The team that has 738 unique cards, the 49ers, is actually the first place team with that many total number of cards. And yes, Brock Purdy is in this set. I don't know if you guys are still trying to collect him, but I'm going to tell you what, you guys certainly aren't searching for him, because he did not get a 5 in the strength checklist, and that is just based on empirical data. So there you go. There's the rank of teams by the number of cards they have in this product, and this includes autos, inserts, base, everything, parallels. So we have that. Now, who has the least amount? There's the teams with the least amount. So go ahead and take your screenshots there if you want to see that, and I'll resort it by top. So I'll scroll down slowly. You could take more screenshots and use that in your research. Now, I do simulate these case breaks so that you could see what it looks like to actually have a reasonable, realistic simulation of a case break. So this is based on the pack odds, based on the amount of cards for each type that they say are going to be these types of pulls that they're going to say are going to be in each of the boxes, hobby boxes. I do 20 case break simulations. And those are random, but they're random based on those things I just mentioned. And then what that allows us to do is see what are the chances that we do get very good cards, very bad cards. What's the chances that our case might be profitable, something like that. So in this case, the lowest print run card I received was 1 of 5, Jelani Woods, rookie autograph Prizm gold vinyl. That's a pretty good hit, but it's not a 1 of 1. Obviously, people want 1 of 1s, but like I said before, 1 of 5 is actually pretty rare. Now, if we want to just look at what autographs we got, let's do that. So, got that Jelani Woods and Kenny Pickett, Snoop Connor. Got some James Cook. That might be worth a couple bucks. Let's see. Anybody else of note? Aiden Hutchinson. That's pretty good out of 75. Anything else of note? Michael Vick out of 100. I didn't know he even had autographs in this set. So you get 24 autographs per case, obviously. So I got 24. There's a Ray Lewis autograph out of 100. DeAndre Swift, Jamal Williams, Zach Thomas. Let's see who else we got here. Whoops. Brandon Ayuk, Brian Cook. Okay, so let's see if I got any Brock Purdy cards, because I know everyone loves Brock Purdy all of a sudden. Is he worth it? I don't know. I wouldn't spend the money because he got hurt, but I did get one. I got a Rookies Prizm Blue Wave out of 199. I know you guys like to be prospectors, and I'm not gonna bash you for that, but be careful. Just be careful out there spending all this money. So there you have it. And so that's pretty much kind of the highlights of what I got there. Did I get any of those cool color blasts, or let's see, color? Oh, you know what I actually did? I have a new table that I'll show you in a minute. So for one case, here's the team breakdown: Chiefs, Falcons, Patriots. So even though the Chiefs didn't have the most cards in the set, that's the card I got the most of. I think was the Falcons the other one? No, the 49ers. So even though they weren't the top, sorry, I'm scrolling around. The two teams I got the most cards of were actually not the top cards in the set. So that's why we do these simulations, to kind of see what is realistic. What are realistic odds? And I'll show you what it looks like when we take all 20 cases into account, so that I can smooth out the anomalies. So here's the lowest amount of cards I got by team. So there you have it there. Now I did add these tables. So this first table would show you all the 1 of 1s that I got, and this one would show all of the short prints that I got. I didn't get any for this case, so there you have that table. And you'll see it in the 20 case break simulation where it shows up with some actual results. So for all 20 cases, here's what we got. The Titans were the top team, the Vikings, 49ers. So again, 49ers being the top team in the set with the most cards. That's not the team I got the most cards from. It was the Titans, the Vikings, then the 49ers, Packers, Falcons. What is the team? And this 20 case break, this is pretty realistic as far as what a random case, how a random case might be stocked in the warehouse. And then these are the teams where I got the least amount of cards. So I'll resort that by tops, and I'll scroll down slowly so you can take some screenshots. I did get 4 1-of-1s. Here they are: Broncos, Raiders, Vikings, Titans. So if you're looking to get a 1-of-1 and you want some empirical evidence that you could get these teams and maybe get a 1-of-1, keep in mind that I had to buy, in this simulation, 20 cases in order to just get 4 1-of-1s. That is a lot of cases just to get 4 1-of-1s. That is because there are millions of cards in Panini Prizm. Millions. I mean, you're going to see blaster boxes at every Target, every Walmart. You're going to see cases online. You're going to see hobby boxes everywhere. There's so many freaking cards. So if we break this down by the type of card by team for 20 cases, I got 30 autographs from the Commanders, 25 from the Titans, 25 from the Falcons. And you can just kind of go from there and see. So this, if you buy 20 cases, these are realistically what type of results you should see in the order you should see them. Here's the lowest amount I got. Again, the Bengals have very few autographs in this set, and that shows in the simulation. Okay, so what about insert cards? We got 118 Falcons, Jets, Steelers, Titans, Bills. If we look at the least amount, I mean, we only got 2 from the Giants, 11 from the Cardinals. There you go. There's for inserts. And then for the memorabilia, we did actually get a bunch of these, and it might be because I included memorabilia as being an insert card, and that might be more than we should have gotten, but there they are. So based on my calculations, there should be about 1,000 per, and that's what we got. Okay, and parallels, here's what we got by parallel. If you're searching for those color cards, the Chiefs, Patriots, Bucks, and then reverse order, there they are. And now I'll just scroll slowly so you can see the autograph team, and there you go. Now, simulation results. This is the table I was talking about. So if I open 20 cases and I got 4 1-of-1s, here's what they are. There's a base Prizm Black Shimmer, an all-out Prizm Black Finite, a rookie patch auto Prizm Black Finite, and rookies Prizm Black Stars. Those are the 4 1-of-1s in 20 cases. So if I bought 20 cases, I don't know where these guys fall. Shannon Sharp obviously is a legend. I don't know where these guys fall on my 1 through 5 chart, but I think it's kind of disappointing. And that's the risk you take. Now, I did get some short prints. I got 2 color blasts and a profiles, again, in 20 cases. 20 cases. I Googled what these short prints might be, and it's between 10 and 25. At least that's just like rumor on blowout forums and stuff like that. So that's what I used. Barry Sanders, that's a good one for the profiles. But these 2 guys, I don't know. I don't know if I'll make my money back. You really want to see a veteran on those color blasts so you could make the money back. So my overall recommendation on this product, I know I just talked for a long time. Obviously, Prizm is going to hold up against any product in football. I think that it will hold up against Topps Chrome. It will hold up against Upper Deck Series 1 and 2. I think it will hold up against all its other own Prizm, soccer, basketball, things like that. It is a good product. It's very well liked. It's hard to find, and it's very expensive. There are people who line up at Target to get this product, so be careful. Don't get into fights. Spend your money wisely, and don't buy blaster boxes for $100. That's a stupid idea. And I know that you're going to think I'm the stupid person for saying that, but come on, just use logic and don't waste your money. These cards, you could find base cards. You could probably buy the complete set for about $200, pending any Julio Rodriguez style rookies just making the base set blow up. Don't be crazy. Okay, I love the color in this product. I think they do a way better job than Topps does. Topps keeps it simple, which I appreciate. but they make it so complicated that I don't know how any of these breakers remember all the pattern styles. Like this is the snake skin, and this is the Zuzaz, and this one's the whatever, the diamond studded something. But it's awesome to chase all of those crazy colors. I also love the SP inserts, the short prints, those color blasts, the manja. Hopefully, I'm saying that right. And I mean, I recommend this product for everybody. It's got something for everybody, but the price is crazy. So, like I said, be smart about how you spend your money. Keep in mind, this is a flagship product. Keep in mind that there are duds, there are cards in here and autos and inserts that suck. And you could be disappointed. I think you'll be disappointed more than you'll be excited. Yes, you're going to see breaks online where guys are busting this stuff and getting like a Patrick Mahomes color blast and they're just freaking out, or they'll get the stained glass and they'll be freaking out. But I'm telling you, more often than not, you will be disappointed in this product. And it's just because the checklist is too big. But if you're just a casual collector, or if you're a reasonable person who's smart about how they spend their money, I think even if you get a disappointing box, you'll still be satisfied with this product because it looks great. It's super gradable, super collectible, and that's what I think about it. So I'm always shocked about the grading, but go ahead. If you have the money, get these cards graded. Casual collectors, slab obsessed, grading obsessed people, investors, set builders, go all in, buy the personals, buy the breaks, do whatever you want, because I don't think you can really lose unless you're putting up money that you don't have. Don't do that. Team breaks, yes, buy them. Random breaks, again, stay away from random breaks on this product because you will wind up buying a team that has no cards for $300-400, and you will have wasted your money because it is not going to pay off. Kids, yeah, obviously get some personal packs and stuff for the kids. I don't know if kids are joining breaks, but if they are, do whatever you want. But that's my review and my simulation and all of the statistics behind 2022 Panini Prizm football. Thanks for watching. Thanks for joining. Let me know in the comments what you like and don't like. See you next time.